What's up, everybody? This is James, aka jmooreonkeys, and I'm here with a tutorial for you guys for the song Fill the Room by Todd Galberth. This song is in the key of G, so let's get right into it and go over the scale. G is the 1, A is the 2, B is the 3, C is the 4, D is the 5, E is the 6, F sharp is the 7, and G is the 1. All right, so on the intro, it comes in after that guitar fill that they do. It starts off with this little groove. So let me show you that. That's the intro and the verse. Yeah, intro and the verse. So let me show that to you guys. It's real simple. So we start on that 6, E minor. My left hand is playing E, B, and D. And my right hand is doing B, E, and G. Just the E minor chord. And you hit that twice. And I'm doing a E and F sharp to lead into it. You don't have to do that, but. And then you go to the 3. My left hand is doing B and G. You can add the A as well. And I'm playing a G major chord on my right hand. G, B, and D. And if you're not familiar with your basic major, minor, diminished, augmented chords, I have a free PDF, link in the description, so you can go ahead and get that, download it. I break down major, minor, diminished, and augmented chords, and the sevenths that go with those in every key, so you can learn those real easy. So link in the description for that free PDF. So 6, 3, B, G, A in the left hand, and G, B, and D in the right hand. So 6, 6, 3, and then you go right to the 4. Just a C major chord with the E on top. So left hand is playing C and G. And my right hand is doing G, C, and E. So and then you go to that 5 chord, D and A in the left hand. My right hand is playing A, D, and F sharp. Just a D major chord. So the rhythm of all that together is like this. So make sure you practice that, because that is the intro, and it does the same thing as it goes into the verse. So, intro, verse, and chorus. So the pre-chorus, the we were made for freedom. So that is the next part of the song. Really simple, just a couple chords. So we're gonna go 6, 3, 2, 5, 6, 3, 2, 5. That's that whole pre-chorus part. So we're doing that same E minor chord as before. E, B, D in the left hand, and B, E, and G in the right hand. And then we go down to the 3. This is another option for your 3 chord. You could play that G major in your left hand, but sometimes I like to do this chord over the 3. Left hand is playing B, G, and A. And I'm doing a suspended chord in my right hand, D, G, A, and D. So 6, 3, and then we go to the 2. So my left hand is playing A, E, and G, and my right hand is playing E, A, and C. So it's just the A minor chord. And then I go to the 5. and that's just a D major. You can do that in any inversion. D and A in the left hand, and D, F sharp, and A in the right. And sometimes I'll play with the F sharp on top. So. Same thing. And then it goes right back into. So it just does that again. So the only thing that changes is the second time you do that pre-chorus, there's a line that you do in there. So it's. And the line goes like this. And then you land back on the 2. So that line, you're pretty much just playing, you're following their melody and playing like a G major 7 chord. So G, this is in both hands, G, B, D, and F sharp. And then you go down to E and D. So. So. 2. And I played the 2 a little different there. So my left hand is still the same, A, E, and G. But my right hand this time is doing B, C, E, and G. So it's that A minor 9 chord. You could do that, or you could just go back to the regular minor chord, whichever one fits better. So. Then you're right back to. All right. So that is most of the song. There's only really one part left that it goes into, and that's when it goes into I Am Free. So. And then I am. So you're holding that 1 chord, G, D, G in the left hand. My right hand is playing B, D, and G. So I am free. And then I move this top G in my left hand, I move it down to F, but I still keep this lower G the same. So everything is the same. So that's something you can do going into it. E, G to follow the melody. So E, G, 1. And then go to the 4. It's that same 4 chords, C and G in the left hand, and C, E, and G in the right hand. And sometimes I'll add the 9 or the 2. So. And then right back to the 1, same 1 chord. And the first time they do this, they just loop that. And they do that about 4 times, 3 or 4 times. And the last time they go, and they go to the 6, to the 1, and then 4, 2. So let me show you that. So last time it'll be 6. This is the same 6 chord that I showed you before. E and D. I'm just playing it a little lower. E and D in the left hand. B, E, and G in the right. And then to the 1 chord. G, D, and G in the left. And B, D, and G in the right. A lot of these chords just repeat. So 6 to the 1, that 4 chord, same one as before, and then 2, that A minor 9 I showed you guys before, A and G in the left hand, and B, C, E, and G in the right. So last time it'll be. And then back to that groove. So then the next time it goes into the I am free, you're playing the whole song. So I am free. Same thing. 4. And this time you're gonna go to the 2 for no longer bound. No longer bound. So that 2, 5. My left hand is doing A and G, and my right hand is doing C sharp, E, G, and B. And then to the 5, D and A in the left hand, and my right hand is doing D, F sharp, A. So 2, 5, and then I move this pinky in my left hand, I move it down to C. Everything else stays the same. So and then I do this kind of so it's a little walk up they do. So I'm doing in my left hand, I'm doing G and F, and my right hand is doing B, D, and G. So I just move everything up to follow that melody. So the next chord, I'm playing A and G in the left hand, and C and A in the right hand. And you can add that E as well. And then you do B flat, B flat and A flat. Actually, just do 2 B flats. And then C sharp and B flat in the right. So, I'm sorry, B flat and A flat in the left hand, and C sharp and B flat in the right. So, B, G, you can add that A if you want to, and then D, G, and B in the right hand. So, and then they do this kind of move, classic gospel sound, and that's going to the 4. So all that move is right there. So let's go over, before we do that, let's go over what we have so far. So 1, 4, 1, 2, 5. Move that down to the 4, and then do the move. And the next part, so your right hand is playing G, B, and E, and I'm kind of flicking up from that B flat to G, just to add a little flavor to that. And then you move it down move it down 2 half steps. So 1, and then you move it down to F sharp, B flat, and E flat, and then down to F, A, and D. So, and when you hit this last one, you're gonna play G and F in your left hand at the same time. So something great to add to your gospel bag right there. So, and then you're on the 4, but it kind of uses the flat 7 in your left, and your right hand is like passing because the melody goes. So you're just filling that in. So all that is your left hand is doing C and A, and your right hand is playing an F major chord, C, F, and A. So the A is on top. And then you keep this C at the bottom, and you move this A down to G. And you move from that, in your right hand, you move to a C major chord, C, E, and G. So and then you go to that 2, A and G, and B, A and G in the left, and then B, C, E, and G in the right. So to the 2. It's such a 5. So I'm playing D's, D octave in my left hand. My right hand is playing a G major chord. So B, D, and G, E flats, or you could play B, but I'll do E flats for this. And then we do that diminished chord, A, C, E flat, and F sharp to the 6. Same one we've been using. So resting 2, it's such a 5, 6, and then to the 2. Very important chords here for gospel music. This progression shows up countless times. Very important that you get this. So 2, A, and G in my left hand, and I'm playing E flat, G, A, and C in my right hand. So 2, 5, and then it kind of bounces back and forth. Oh, and over the 5, it's that same one we did before. D's in my left hand, and D, G, and B. So G major chord in my right hand. So 2, 5. And then after a while, when they repeat that, they start to kind of change up the rhythm. So all you're doing there is you're bouncing back from those 2 chords, that minor back to that G. Those 2 chords I just showed you. And in your left hand, you're playing A and G for the 2, and you keep this G on the top of that, but you move the B and C. So A and G, then B and G, and then C and G, and then to the 5. So two, 3, 4, 5. And then you loop that for however long you need to. And then the last time you go 5, 6. And that's a little bit different from the 6 we've been using. So I'm doing E and D in my left hand. Excuse me, and I'm playing G, B, D, and F sharp in my right hand. So hallelujah. I like that better with the melody on top. So I'm doing A, E, and G in my left hand. And my right hand is doing C, E, G, and B. So, and then 5-1. So D and A, and I'll do C, E, F sharp, and A in my right. And then back to that one chord, G, D, G in my left hand, and B, D, and G. And that's how you end it. So you could do that inversion also to keep it all together. So 1 or 5, and then you move this up to E for the 6, and all you're doing is adding the F sharp. 2, 5, 1. And that's probably the hardest part of the song. That I am free part is probably the hardest part. So once you get that, you've got the whole song. It's a really fun song to play. So make sure you practice that and enjoy. I hope you have fun learning and practicing it. And happy practicing, everybody. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.